Good evening, everyone. Welcome to heat number 3 of XCAL Racing's Change.org 400 in advance of tomorrow night's 200 lap feature event. We are at the same place we were last week, the virtual Legacy Michigan International Speedway, and we are in for a treat. If you drive in XCAL Racing, you've already been a part of the first two heats. You saw some great racing. I didn't see a lot of good racing in heat number 1. Well, because I was behind the lead pack. But heat number 2, a lot of great racing overall. Close finish. Your heat winners so far, Mason Foster and Alex Gangler, each getting their first ever heat wins in XCAL competition. Tomorrow night, the Change.org 400 at 7:20 p.m. live on How to Suck at iRacing on Twitch and Facebook. And like I said, folks, you are in for a good one this weekend or tomorrow, especially if you saw the Open and All-Star races last night. Fun 200 lap showdown coming up tomorrow. Last week's the Open was a 4-wide photo finish with Jeff Edgar winning by 6/1000ths of a second. Then in the All-Star race, Blake Wynn held off Matt Bear by about 8/1000ths of a second to take the checkered flag in that one. Keep in mind, we do have heats at 9 and 11 o'clock. Top 5 in each heat, like you see on the top of your screen, will transfer on to the feature tonight. Or that will take place tomorrow, I should say, excuse me. Top 15 owners points, by the way, keep in mind, are locked in to the event. Segment number 3 of heat race number 3 in advance of tomorrow night's feature is brought to you by the Higgins Spotter Pack. Want more Higgins the XCAL Superfan outside of the halfway point? Introducing Higgins the XCAL Spotter Pack. Over 500 messages of Higgins that can be used in any iRacing event, and it's available now. To order your copy, send $20 to president@xcalracing.com with note #Where's Higgins. The Spotter Pack is rated R in everything the title implies, and use the clues hidden within the Spotter Pack to determine where Higgins was during his absence. First correct submission wins an XCAL Racing t-shirt. Making sure everything's working fine on our audio end. Heat races 1 and 2. Heat race 1 was brought to you by SimRacer Coin, where Sim Racing Esports meets crypto and blockchain technology. Earn SimRacer Coins by setups, paints, coaching, or join realistic leagues. Learn more at simracercoin.org. SimRacer Coin, racing is life. And segment 2 brought to you by K2 Sauce, the only official sauce of XCAL Racing. And everything sauce, barbecue sauce, steak sauce, ketchup, and more all in one. The only sauce that you will ever need. Also available in hot. A look at some of the drivers you have to watch out for on the track from what I noticed in heat race number 2. Some of the drivers you got to watch out for. First off of the dropping bombs racing side, Tyler McRae and Trevor Birchmeyer, currently not on the track at the moment. Currently, right now, they are 3rd and 9th in qualifying. McRae was 2nd in qualifying for heat number 2. And then on the Sullivan iRacing Motorsports /mainly asphalt side, Patrick Sullivan is a key driver to watch out for there. And then for the Big Black Motorsports team, you see him on the top of your screen, Logan Jones, currently hanging out in the back in qualifying. Checkered flag is out for qualifying. And with that said, we should be any moment giving you the starting lineup for tonight's race. And we've got Joseph Lester and Aiden McConaughey on the pole. For those of you wondering who Joseph Lester is, he's a new driver looking to make his XCAL Racing debut tomorrow. Driving for the Go Faster Racing team, and it's the team that he owns, actually. So he just purchased it earlier on in the week before number sales are shut down after Tuesday by Aaron Hitlerbush. So once again, folks, we should be all set to go here. You will see on the right of your screen as well radio chatter coming from all over. We'll keep monitoring that from time to time tonight. Also, for those of you guys that are watching, keep me posted if you notice any pixel effects on your screen, like if it's a little bit pixelated. So we are all set to go. Let's give you the starting lineup. It is Joseph Lester on the pole with Aiden McConaughey lined up next to him. Row 2, it's Birch Beer, Trevor Birchmeyer, and Shane Briggs. Row 3, it's Kenny Tripp and Patrick Sullivan. The 4th row is Mike Stoddard and Ryan Soper. Row 5, Tyler McRae and Chris Spangler. Row 6, it's Art Hendren and John Friley. Again, making sure you can all read that at home, and yes, you can. Let's go through the rest of the grid. We've got 22 drivers that are taking the green here to begin tonight. Row number 7, it's Joe Campbell and Sean Patrick. Row 8, it's Logan Jones and the Open winner from last week, Jeff Edgar. Row 9, it's Johnny B, John Brancaccio, and Sean Andrews. Row 10, Robert Colgan and Matt Bear. And rounding out the field in row number 11, Dwayne Robinson and Derek Colson. So it should be a good one. Real quick, while we are at it, let's show you the official times here and show you what first through last were separated by a round. So 19 drivers qualified, and let's sort out the gap here. There we go. You can see it's all separated by about 1 3/10 of a second. So keep that in mind. And while we're at it, let's listen in to Aaron Hillebush if he's got stuff to say. Actually, I think he is all set. Let's see if we can listen in. So we just missed him as the field rolls on off as we get ready to go for the green flag here at Legacy Michigan International Speedway. Let's break down the weather here for you and show you what it looks like at home. Track has cooled down a little bit. Obviously, the start time at 7 o'clock. Lower track temp, higher speed. Sun's starting to set. Track temp now at 84 degrees, down from what it was in the opening heats in the 90s and even the triple digits. Partly cloudy. Keep in mind more cloud cover, meaning more speed as well, because keep in mind drivers don't just want to have the heat win so they can start inside the top 5, but also keep in mind their best lap is on the clock too. And we'll keep you updated throughout the night here, because we will also be doing the 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock heats at home. 2-mile trek, only 1 pace lap around Michigan International Speedway. Keep in mind, per Super Speedway rules, all starts and restarts are going off of the flagman, Barney the flagman, off of the green flag. Hillebush in Discord.
Get up, everybody, front, back, middle, tighten up. Let's go, let's go. Front row should be side by side. This looks real shitty.
Well, apologies for his language. You never know what to expect with race control, but the pace truck pulls on in. Joseph Lester, Aiden McConaughey will bring the field to green flag, and heat race number 3 is green. Off of corner number 4 for the first time today. Now pace laps at speeds of 150 miles an hour. They still remain double file, and it's Aiden McConaughey with a nice push that comes from Trevor Birchmeyer, who will lead lap 1 at Michigan International Speedway. Keep in mind the top 5 transfer. You can see the running order on the top of your screen. Lester attempted the low line here. Keep in mind, very slippery there. You just saw another driver attempt it, and that didn't work out in his favor. I'm trying to see who that car was. It's behind, I believe, Who was that? Is that the 29 machine of Chris Spangler? It was. Now, I worked with him during practice and had a tough time with the low line as well in practice. Keep key line. Oh, Patrick Sullivan is loose on the road. He goes. Hard crash to the outside wall. And that's the big one. Kenny Tripp is involved. First yellow of the day is out. And we've got mayhem in turn 4. It is a junkyard. There's Edgar. There's Colgan up on 2 wheels. There's Hendren. There's Patrick. Colson, I think, may have gotten a piece of it. He did. And the 7 car up on his roof with the worst of it. The big one early on here in heat number 3. And we didn't even complete 2 laps. My, oh my. Let's, we are going to go right to the replay. The first guy we saw that got loose was Patrick Sullivan in the number 16. Alexa, stop. And Sullivan's actually called it. We're trying to get the replay here loaded up for you on our end. See Sullivan there just get loose there on the outside and just nowhere to go. Driver's just trying to stay in the gas. I don't know why these guys weren't really letting up. That's from our aerial shot. Let's give you another angle of this. You see he just got loose pretty much. Let me see if we can find another angle here for you here. Yeah, Sullivan just got loose. Keep in mind the tires are cold. It's lap number 2. And a wicked hard shot for Sullivan there. There's Patrick, and they were wrecking in front of them with Friley and stuff like that.
Overcorrected hard into the outside wall, causing about an 8 to 10 car pileup. He would be assessed a black flag, but Pat is no longer in the session, so if he shall return, he'll be given the black flag. If not, we'll just receive a lot of shame on Discord from you guys.
That's BDJ Zeller, another admin up there in race control. Let's see if we can get a few onboard shots here for you at home here. Because, like I said, some crazy situations there. First guy we will watch on the onboard, we have Ryan Soper that actually went off the track. Let's see what he saw here. Nowhere to go as Kenny Tripp comes down into him. Keep in mind, these damage physics can take a really big toll, especially when driving a street stock. How about Jeff Edgar? Watch him. He's trying to miss it. Trying to miss it into the 21. Is that Jeff Edgar? I don't think that's Edgar. On our screen, we have it as Edgar. Let's go to Derek Colson and watch his perspective. He's up on the outside in the back of this pack. Off the throttle. And just nowhere to go in all the smoke. There's Patrick Sullivan. And the hot dog is charred tonight on the number 16 machine. How about Joreen Robinson, the 14? That, no question about it, has taken out half the field for a chance at a top 5 position. Let's go to Hendren. Some of these drivers in the back of the pack just playing it safe. It's very rare you see a huge wreck when the drivers are 2x2. That's just a tough break. Sullivan just getting really loose there in the corners. And let's go to Patrick. We haven't gotten to Patrick yet, I don't think. That's gotta hurt. Let's go to Colgan. This is our last onboard we've got, by the way. And then we're gonna get ready for the restart. Actually, no, we're gonna show you one more after Colgan. And this is just very awkward how that car just goes rolling upside down. That's Kenny Tripp. We're late on that. So yeah, first yellow again continues to remain out here with 21 laps to go.
All right, tighten them up. No accordions here. Let's go inside line. Let's go.
And we are going back to green this time instantly. Joseph Lester, Aiden McConaughey, row 1. Trevor Birchmeyer, Shane Briggs, row 2. Mike Stoddard, Tyler McRae, row 3. Joe Campbell, Ryan Soper, row 4. Sean Andrews, Jeff excuse me, Jeff Edgar, row 5, about maybe 13 drivers do not have any damage. I'm looking at Matt Bear, I'm looking at Johnny B, that don't have any damage at all. Oh my goodness, we're already going 4 wide. A blinding restart from Trevor Birchmeyer. To the bottom of the track, that was wide open on his end, and he takes the lead. DBR teammate behind him, Mike Stoddard, riding the bottom line of the racetrack. As they go down the back straightaway once again. Here's McConaughey on the outside, taking the lead away. 4 wide for the race lead as they make their way into turn number 3. Oh boy, Birchmeyer, hang on to it with contact. Tries to save it, he cannot, and oh no, Logan Edgar involved, yellow flag. Oh. You hate to see it. It is just absolutely absurd. I am glad I transferred in from heat number 3. And Birchmeyer, one of the better drivers on the super speedways, is done. Let's go to a replay. Same corner. Why? I don't know why the heck they're going 4 wide for the race lead on a restart.
Shit, good.
Apologies for the language there once again. We have this on to hear race control and who this is going to go to. Oh, man. Edgar and Jones nowhere to go, and their front ends are crunched. Let's see if we can get a real-time shot here. Soper as well was in the grass. Maybe the aerial shot can give us a better view of Birchmeyer here. Let me see if that's can. It started before, so let's see if we can update that for you all. One more here, I think we should be good.
If this happens to be 2-2, let Petey know.
So Birchmeyer actually comes down into Lester as he tries to comes down to the 24. Yeah, Birchmeyer just overcorrects. That has nothing, by the way, to do with cold tires. And, gosh. I just hate seeing wrecked cars like that early on. So, yeah. Let's go on board with Ryan Soper here. And he was blinking there, by the way, on our end. So, let's go to Birchmeyer and watch him in real time. When you just make contact with someone, you've got to instantly let off the gas. And there's Logan Jones. And that's Jones just as we come in late on that. So Birchmeyer trying to get the car repaired as we speak, but he is 2 laps down and likely will have to go to a 9 o'clock heat.
Led to a long wreck, which ended up with a pretty decent pile up there. So I'm going to give you guys an equal cause incident. The 1 in 24 cars will both be going to the back, and that won't count as a strike against either of you.
So it is an EOL to those drivers, and I believe they said it does count as a strike too. So interested on that situation here. But I can't believe that we are racing this hard with 18 laps to go. And in the words of Stuart Friesen, it is a blank show. 1 lap to go.
Double up, double up, double up. 1 to green.
1 to go until we get the green flag here. While we are at it, we can tell you to go online to xcalracing.com/shop for all your XCAL needs, from apparel, hats, towels, and more. From all your favorite teams, our newest categories include Everyone is Ugly at 5 a.m. and the legend, Will Petey. Let's give you a snapmobile.shop update here with Tyler McRae in the number 99. Currently running in the 4th position. Good super speedway driver. Had a lot of fun racing with him early on in heat number 2. Then I guess a bunch of contact took him out of the running there. forgot who it was. I think it was maybe Ben with Ron Walters in the 9. But let's reset the field here as we go back to green. Can we please, for Pete's sakes, have a green flag run that is in the double digits, or 5 to 10 laps? That would absolutely be great. Reset the field here for you. Mike Stoddard, Aiden McConaughey, row 1. Shane Briggs, Tyler McRae, row 2. A lot of 9s there in that row. Ryan Soper, Joe Campbell, row 3. Sean Andrews, Matt Bear, row 4. John Brancaccio and Dwayne Robinson in row 5. I believe right now, from the looks of it, 10 drivers do not have damage. So if you don't have damage, you have a 50% chance of making it into the feature through qualifying. Back underway here for Heat 3 on the restart. The remaining double file as they go into turn 1. McRae giving a nice push there to McConaughey off of turn number 2. Got to be careful there if you're T-Crew. You don't want to be bump drafting too much in the corners because bump drafting can lead to spins. It easily works there on the straightaways as long as you line up the bump draft perfectly. There's another nice bump draft there from McRae once again. That goes to the number 85. Ryan Soper blinking again in the 84. And again, Stoddard and McConaughey still deadlocked. Is Stoddard going to hold serve here off the corner? The answer for right now is yes. McRae, his DBR teammate, giving a nice push. But it could be McConaughey here at the stripe, and it was. Thanks to the banking as momentum there on the exit for the driver of the 85. Oh, McRae gets loose. He's got to hang on to it. Very loose on the bottom. Cold tires, keep in mind. Nice save from T-Cray there. We stay green. Shane Briggs trying to look his way up the middle there, and nearly a 3-wide situation for third, but for the lead. Stoddard takes a peek underneath the McConaughey downstairs. Net code contact washes McConaughey up the racetrack for a moment. Now he's side by side with McRae for the second spot. Soper, meanwhile, got to be careful because he could be lagging badly. I think we're hearing that he just got told to fix your internet. 3 wide, meanwhile, in the lead pack. For the 4th position, Matt Bear topside by himself. Soper in the middle, and Briggs on the bottom as McConaughey loosey-goosey in turn number 2. Keeps it straight for right now. Shane Briggs has to hang on to it. Either that or he's probably backing out of that pack. And if he does, I would not blame him. Meanwhile, for the race lead, an insane battle in turns 3 and 4. Stoddard and McConaughey barely make contact. A lot of hard racing, all trying to side draft here. For 5th, Joseph Lester currently has it after being involved in the last caution. Threads his way up the middle. As it's a close one at the line, I think you could give it to Stoddard by about a bumper. Bear now creates a 3rd line on the outside. 13 laps to go here in Heat 3, and we are nearly 3 wide. McConaughey loose on the fastest part of the racing surface. That middle line, as you can see, the rubber is starting to develop, come off of the tires on these race cars. And look at Matt Bear. The push from Ryan Soper puts the number 19 to the race lead. And Matt Bear is hungry. Came so close to winning a butt kicker during the All-Star race last week. But thanks that he was not respected enough because he got bumped out of the way by Blake Wynn for the butt kicker. And it's pretty easy to make Matt Bear mad because, you know, I mean, I like Matt Bear a lot, but I would have to get a thicker skin if I'm Matt Bear because, I mean, if I'm in that situation, oh my goodness, McRae's got to hold on to it. The field accordion's back off of turn 2, and they save it. Very close call there, but they are 4 wide down the back straightaway. Bears up to 3rd. Lester is 4th. Joe Campbell looking for 5th on Tyler McRae. And look who else is in this. Robert Colgan, who is a lap down, trying to get by the leaders if a yellow were to come out so he could get back on the lead lap. Because per XCAL rules, There are no waiver rounds in the heat, so the only way he wants a chance at making the top 5 is getting by the leaders, and a yellow coming out before 5 laps to go. 3 wide for the race lead. Tyler McRae takes a peek up on the outside. McConaughey stuck in the middle. McConaughey washes up the track near contact off of 2. Matt Bear thinking about looking to the bottom of the racetrack as they are 3 wide for the race lead down the back straightaway. Looking from the aerial shot as they make their way down into turn 3. Advantage to the bottom on Mike Stoddard. McRae falling back. Robinson's got to hang on to it. Oh, there they go. Briggs is around. And barrel rolling big time is Sean Andrews in the 23. Side over side, the deck lid is up and lands on all 4s, and somehow that car is still going. No caution, meanwhile, we stay green. We're going to go check a replay out real quick and show you what happened there. But not what Sean Andrews wants. He's going to have to rely on a 9 o'clock heat. Listen to what happened. Briggs, you see there, just easily gets loose. And, oh, the 23 just clipped the grass, and there he goes for the ride. Taking a look, no updates coming from race control or other drivers. So right now in this lead pack, you've got 6 drivers on the lead lap. 5 spots up for grabs here. Oh my goodness, that's wicked insane. 9 laps to go. If you're a guy like Ryan Soper, Dwayne Robinson, John Brancaccio, you want to hope for a wreck amongst these drivers so that way they could break into the top 5. The most insane heat of the day we've had by far. The most calamity-filled heat, I should say, as well. And we are 3 by 3 for the race lead. McRae the top side. McConaughey on the bottom. Stoddard. McConaughey's in the middle, Stoddard on the bottom. Wish we had another Mick there on the bottom so it could be a McFlurry battle there for the race lead. Or a McDriver battle, I should say. McRae washes up back, and we're 4 wide, 3 of them battling for 3rd. Keep in mind, Robert Colgan not in the battle for the race lead. Don't be surprised if a lot of these leaders not happy with them because they're all racing for a top 5 spot. But keep in mind, Colgan has a fast car, and if he gets back on that lead lap and a yellow comes out in front of the leaders, he's got a chance at making the top 5. So you got to keep that in mind indeed. Near contact there for the race lead. Bump drafting coming from McRae to McConaughey down the back. The McDrivers back at bump draft together. Here comes Stoddard and Bear onto the bottom of the racetrack. As this field's a little bit spread out just a little bit. Checking on Robinson, Brancaccio, and Soper. From the looks of it, they have lost the draft of the leaders. So, yeah, they are way far behind. So they're going to have to hope for that pack to wreck, especially with 5 laps to go, so they could have a nice battle for 5th position. Joseph Lester, by the way, off the pace in the number 24. So as long as these 5 drivers keep it maybe to a single file situation, they are good to go. But now Lester actually getting back into the mix-up. A bump draft. A bump draft from Bear and Stoddard down the back straightaway into turn 3. Stoddard taking the lead from McConaughey by about an entire car length. And now McConaughey trying once again. On the outside, drivers now starting to use that apron. You can go down there, by the way, per XCAL rules. It is legal. 6 laps to go. McConaughey led the lap at the start-finish line. Stoddard is not giving up. It is a Halinar Racing Team car on the top side and a DBR car, a dropping bombs car, I should say, on the bottom side of the track. 2 dropping bombs machines, a Lester car, a Rolling Thunder Racing, a Halinar Racing Team machine, and also you got Joe Campbell there in 5th. A J&S Racing machine. Now they're starting to get a little bit single file. Stoddard lost the low line. Now he goes back to the top side. He's got to hang on to it. A little bit of Tokyo drift from Mike Stoddard. Oh, he's bringing some actions there. Keep in mind, Fun Week was last week, and the stunt contest, the freestyle contest, was way past his deadline. He should have showed up for that one.
Oh, green, green, green.
5 laps to go. We are green the rest of the way. The top 5 transfer in. McConaughey, McRae, Bear, Campbell, and Stoddard. The delta between 5th and 6th is a 1/10 of a second. And Stoddard shuts the door on Lester. Can Lester make a comeback down to the inside? He's trying to. Keep in mind, the winner of this heat will start inside the top 5 in tomorrow's feature. Second, 6 through 10. Third, 11 through 15. But you got to keep in mind, too, you have to make sure you make mandatory minimum practice. 8 miles remain. 4 laps to go. Close one there at the start-finish line, but McConaughey led that by a bumper over McRae. T-Money not giving up that high side. Doesn't have that much help from Robert Colgan compared to what the low side has. But with the low horsepower, anything can happen. Look at Matt Bear to the inside. McConaughey goes up top. Matt Bear to second. He gets the door shut there by McRae to the basement and puts the bumper on T-Money in turn 3. But nothing too serious. McRae is loose in turns 3 and 4. And he saves it. He's still loose. 3 wide for the lead. Bear below the white line of the turn. You rarely see that in the corners. 3 laps to settle it here at MIS. McConaughey the advantage over Matt Bear as they go into turn 1. 3 wide. 4 wide for the lead. McConaughey is loose. Oh, that was close. Joseph
You gotta
Lester.
pick a lane, dude. You were in that lane.
You hear McRae on the radio not happy at Lester or McConaughey saying to pick a lane there. But Lester's in the party right now. The first man out is Joe Campbell. No, Matt Bear gets turned.
You
Matt
are
Bear.
so fucking trash. I just want you to know that.
We apologize for the language once again, but you can hear Matt Bear not happy, and we pretty much have your top 5 settled. McConaughey, McRae, Stoddard, Lester, Campbell. So they can all play it safe until the final lap when they can go 4 wide to the start-finish line. We'll see what happened there with Matt Bear and what got him extremely angry. So Bear is back in the 6th position by himself, and Dwayne Robinson, Ryan Soper, Johnny B are going to swarm by him. 2 laps to settle it. McRae, McConaughey are side by side for the race lead. Remember when I told you that Matt Bear's got a thin skin? There you go. Stoddard trying to figure out a lane, almost shut the door on Lester. Joe Campbell a little bit loose. Goes down below the white line. A lot of contact here. This is being and banging quarter panel action here. Off of Stoddard and McConaughey. 5 cars have a chance to win it. They are 4 wide for the race lead. That's getting close. Oh! The leaders took
nice
each other
job,
out. And it's Joseph Lester to the lead, coming to the white flag. This puts Bear to 3rd, Campbell to 4th, and Robinson to 5th. Soper now in 5th. Robinson's to 4th. Campbell is out of it. Final lap. Oh my goodness, Joseph Lester has the lead, but it's not over yet. On the bright side for Colgan, back on the lead lap. McRae with a nice draft to the bottom. It's not over just yet. T-Money to the race lead. A half mile away from home. Matt Bear's up to 2nd. This is not over just yet. Matt Bear doesn't have as much damage compared to Tyler McRae. Here they come. Checkered flag is waving. Bear's not going to catch him. Tyler McRae wins it. And just an insane heat race. And Bear and McRae make some contact at the end. My goodness, you've got to be absolutely kidding me. Campbell and Stoddard were easily in the top 5, but then they raced it too early. And McConaughey, same with him too. And they take each other out. Now they got to go to a 9 o'clock heat. That's just absolutely ridiculous racing. I don't know if I've seen anything more crazier than that. I'll just tell you that right now. You see the top 5 on your screen. McRae, Bear, Robinson, Lester, and Soper transfer in to the feature. Oh, my heavens. Oh, my heavens. We're going to talk with the race winner first. And then we will break down everything that
Nice
happened.
run, Ryan.
Let's see here what people are saying. As we're going to keep that chat muted for right now. As we are about to bring in T. Crayon in here. T. Cray, holy crap, that was absolutely wild. In the words of Stuart Friesen, in cleaner terms, it was a bleep show. That was absolutely insane. Just take us through what happened.
Man, it was wild. Look, 3 wide, 4 wide. Partner was behind me, then he wasn't behind me. You know what I mean? It's I had to remind him who was paying his bills. You know what I'm talking about? That was a fun time, man. I couldn't. You probably couldn't ask for anything more than that right there. Fun racing. You know, it's a shame some people had to get wrecked and didn't get to finish the race, like I'm sure they wanted to. But you know, it's still fun to come out here and race with XCAL and all the other guys. It's a lot of fun.
I'm gonna tell you this. I thought when you guys were 4 wide out of turn 4, that I thought all 4 of you guys were done. I thought that was it. They have to go to a 9 o'clock heat. Were you surprised you guys were racing too early? Because all of you were easily gonna make it in because Matt Bear was seconds behind you guys, and then you all took each other out.
Man, I was racing for the win. I don't run for second. It
Yeah.
might look like it during the main races. You know, I get what I can get for points, but in the heat race, I'm a race to win. Yeah, so like I said, it's still a shame those guys wrecked. I didn't like that. I didn't want it to wreck, but pretty happy with it. I couldn't believe I pulled it off though. It's kind of crazy. Even after I thought I was done, I saw the 7 car. I was like, man, he's gonna win. But I started pulling him in, and I was like, oh, I got this.
Yeah, Colgan was trying to play a little strategy there, trying to get back on that lead lap and be in front of the leaders in case a yellow were to come out. I gotta tell you, man, we had some good racing there in heat number 2, even though you got into my quarter pounder a couple of times. Luckily, we saved it, so no harm, no foul there. You're a great super speedway racer. I got tons of respect for you. Anyone you want to thank for your sponsors?
Yeah, man. Again, I want to thank XCAL for putting these events on. Sim Racer Coin, Butt Kicker, K2 Sauce, you know, Marty Cass. Also snapmobile.shop, man. You go there, get all your Verizon, iPhone, and Android needs. Make sure you use McCrae, discount code 99. And man, all the Dropping Bombs crew, we put a ton of work in each week. It's a lot of us, but we put in a lot of work and we have a lot of fun, man. It's a great time.
All right, T. Cray, we will let you go. Congratulations.
All right, brother. Take it easy.
Let's show you the official race results in just an absolutely absurd race. McRae the win by a 10th over Matt Bear. I thought Bear was going to get McRae there for a moment after all that went down. Robinson somehow makes a transfer spot. Same with Ryan Soper in 5th. Joseph Lester led at the white flag. It was good enough for him to finish 4th, though, because of all the drivers getting the run on him. So he transfers on in. John Brancaccio, Joe Campbell, Mike Stoddard, Robert Colgan and company down below all have to go through the 9 and 11 o'clock heats, and we will show you as well the rest of the results. That was, I don't know what to say about that one. That was absolutely crazy. But yeah, special thanks to the Higgins Spotter Pack for sponsoring Heat Race number 3, Change.org for sponsoring the event for tomorrow. Your top 5 transfer on in. They are done for the night. And when we go to 9 o'clock, we will update you on how everything is looking in terms of qualifying and the approximate starting lineup. So we'll be back here for 9 and 11 o'clock. This broadcast has been a production of XCAL Racing, the premier street stock leader in iRacing. Take care.